everybody, Electric for Life here, bringing guys a brand new deck profile. So Trickstars, I freaking love this archetype. Blue Angel and Vrains is one of my favorite characters in the new Vrains anime so far. Granted, I am like 10 episodes behind and I haven't seen anything past the first Revolver duel with like a barrel load and everything. So I'm really far behind. Like episode 12 was the last episode I saw. But however, I freaking love Trickstars, and I'm really excited to see what Konami gives them in the future. I don't think they're getting any support in Extreme Force now that I think about it. But the stuff in Circuit Breaker is honestly crap. You don't need Narcus. You neither do you really use her too much, except for getting another body on board, which is nice, because then, oh hey, you can make your links more often, but that's irrelevant, because their links are just, so far, not great. I mean, like, they aren't bad. They aren't bad link monsters either. But neither Holly Angel or Sweet Devil, and I will never refer to Sweet Devil as Black Catback other than right there, because that is just a terrible name, and I hate Konami for doing that. Like, at least make it sound somewhat like the similar, kind of like how Ghost Trick Succubus was changed to So Cute Boss. At least it sounds similar to Succubus, but whatever. I digress. So you don't need this stuff from Circuit Breaker. Hell, you don't even need this extra deck over there, because the extra deck is literally irrelevant for Trickstars, because you just don't go into it because you have no need for it. So, and then also something kind of cool. I love Trickstars so much I went and bought Trickstar Holly Angel card sleeves. They were like $15 on Amazon, and they barely fit Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And by barely fit, I mean they're a bit too big. But anyway, so getting onto the deck profile finally, we got triple Trickstar Candina. She's your main searcher, well, one of your two main searchers. You normal summon her, you can add any Trickstar card from your deck to your hand, even herself, which is just stupid. I don't get why Konami thought that was a good idea. They've made a good point not to do that for a long time, but nope, she can do it. Now granted, it's only when she's normal summoned, so that's like not the greatest thing in the world, but like still, considering how many times this deck can normal summon in one turn, thanks to stuff like chain summoning and all that, it's really great. And then also, while she's out on the field, every time your opponent activates a spell or trap card, they take 200 damage, which is really great. And then we got the main card that wins you your duels. We got Trickstar Lycoris. I probably butchered that. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Lycoris. I don't know. Lycoris. I think that's how it is. Anyway, so during your player's turn, you can reveal her in your hand, target a Trickstar monster you control other than a copy of herself, special summon her from your hand, and then return that monster from your field to your hand. And then every time your opponent draws or adds a card from your deck to their hand, they take 200 damage for each card that they drew or added. So that goes for draw phase, stuff like that are draw cards like Allure of Darkness, D-Draw, Pot of Greed, stuff like that. Every time they draw cards, they take 200 damage for each card they drew. So like for instance, in the case of Allure of Darkness, they take 400. And then also, if they add cards from their deck to their hand, like for instance, if you're playing against a freaking Spiral that adds like 20 cards to their hand every turn, your opponent takes 200 for each card of that as well, and 200 for each card that they add at the same time. So just a really, really good card. She's your main win condition. She is really stupid. Now, I know a lot of people have been playing the Wind Witch build. I've been playing a more draw-focused build, just focused on getting out the burn combo as soon as possible. So I've been playing the spellbook stuff in here to just be able to deck thin even better and even faster in this deck. I know that the Wind Witch build has more offense as like a backup because you can make Crystal Wing and then just go for battle damage, but I really do like the ability to just be able to dig through my deck as fast as possible. That was what I went in with this as my mindset, because I want to get to my combo pieces and I want to get to burning my opponent to death with cute idols. That sounds so bad, but I love it. So that's the whole point of this deck, just deck thinning, and then burn. So yeah, we got good old Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy, just a really great card. You normal summon him, or you flip face up, you can add a Spellbook card from your deck to your hand. Or I believe it's any Spellbook spell card. Yeah, it has to be a Spellbook spell card, but that's irrelevant. Just pretty much any Spellbook card other than himself, pretty much, because all the Spellbook cards except for himself are spells. Except for a spellbook of whatever, I can't remember, it's that random trap card that puts 2 back in your deck. Anyway, so you're just a really great card in general, just be able to get to your spellbooks and do more drawing. Then we got triple Honest, because Honest is a 3 now, and I love it. So Honest is just a really great card. He's your main defender for if you don't burn your opponent to death in the what was it, draw phase, whenever you activate like all your burn cards and stuff. So, just a really great card in general for helping you get over stuff and for protecting your life points. And then I played one Trickstar Lily Bell. Originally I wasn't playing any of her, but then I found a lot of situations where I'm like, yeah, I really wish I was playing Lily Bell right now. So Lily Bell, she's added from your deck to your hand, or heck, added to your hand anyhow. Yeah, added to your hand no matter how, except for by drawing it. You can spell summon her from your hand to your field. You can only do that once per turn. And then she can attack directly, so that's 800 damage plus 200 with the field spell. And then whenever she does battle damage, you can add any Trickstar monster from your graveyard to your hand. It might even be just Trickstar card. Yeah, it has to be a Trickstar monster. So, really great card in general. And then if you haven't used her effect to spell summon her, you can grab another copy of her, spell summon it right then and there. But that's irrelevant because I only played one copy. Then one Max Siege, just so that, oh, hey, if I do go second, I can just keep up with my opponent by dropping it and just plussing. Or disturbing my opponent from not wanting to continue, or disrupting my opponent, that's what I meant. And then we got 3 Trickstar Light Stage, that kind of goes without saying. Whenever it's activated, you can add any Trickstar monster from your deck to your hand. Every time your Trickstar does damage to your opponent, you get to do 200 damage to your opponent. So like if you run over something in battle, it does an additional 200 damage. If they take burn damage, it does another 200 damage, stuff like that. And then once per turn, you can target a set card your opponent controls. Well, a set spell or trap card, I mean. That card cannot be activated until the end of this turn. And then during the end phase of this turn, that card is sent to the graveyard or activated if the activation timing is met. So it's a really great card. You can only do that effect during your turn, but still, it's really great because then you can, like, let's say your opponent has like 1 back row and you can kind of guess it's probably a Solemn Warning or something. You activate this card, get your search, activate this effect to target that back row so they don't have to worry about Solemn Warning for the rest of the turn. And then we got triple terraforming to get to, you know, the field spell. Triple Spellbook of Knowledge to be able to just draw and stuff. You generally want to discard the blue guy. 2 Chain Summoning. I was playing 3, but I found that it kind of clogged at 3, so I dropped it to 2. And then I got 2 Contract with Dawn Thousand. This card is freaking amazing. Okay, so Contract with Dawn Thousand. Whenever you activate it, each player loses 1,000 life points, and then each player also draws a card. So then, right off the bat there, you are knocking your opponent down by 1,000, and you are also getting to draw a card. Yeah, sure, your opponent gets to draw a card, but if you have Lyciris out already, your opponent's taking 200 damage times each number of Lyciris you have out on field, and then plus another 200 if you have the field spell out. So it gets really derpy. So you're already knocking your opponent down by 1,000, and then possibly even more if you have multiple Lyciris out, or heck, even just 1. And then, so long as this card is out on the field, each time a person draws a card, they have to reveal that card and keep it revealed. While they have a spell card revealed, they cannot normal summon or set monsters. And yeah, that's just it. It's a really, really good card. You generally use it to just knock your opponent down by 1,000 and then get to more of your combo pieces so that then you can continue to burn your opponent to death. And it is a hard once per turn. You can only activate 1 copy of it per turn, but you can activate multiple in a duel. So like if you activate one turn and then activate another turn later on, you can just keep on, you know, lowering your opponent down by 1,000. 1 Spellbook of Secrets, let's be able to get out my Spellbook of Knowledge or my blue guy, depending on which one I need. And then 1 Darkroom of Nightmare. I was playing 2, but I found it just wasn't all that great at 2, so I dropped it to 1. I might end up dropping it entirely, but basically every time your opponent takes burn damage from a card other than Darkroom of Nightmare, your opponent takes 300 damage. So if you, for instance, have 3 Lyciris out and the field spell, and then you, I don't know, use Trickstar Reincarnation, and you force your opponent to banish 6 cards from their hand. They draw 6. They take 12 from each Lyciris, and then they take 2 for each Lyciris as well. So then that's 2, 4, 6. That's 20. That's 36 plus 600. That's 4,200 damage. And then this card does another 300 damage times each time that they took damage, so that was 6 times, so they take another 3 times 6, that's 1,800 damage. That is 6,000 damage just with this card, the trap, and 3 Lysiris and the field spell, which that sounds like a lot, but you can do it super easily. It's not even funny. So yeah, that is, again, not even funny with how much damage that is. Now then, speaking of the traps, we got triple Trickstar Reincarnation. I'm kind of happy this card didn't get hit because, in all honesty, Trickstars haven't done anything in the TCG yet. Yeah, sure, they sneak a regional top here and there every now and then, but here's the thing about Trickstars, for people who are scared to death of this deck, the deck is super easy to disrupt, and they have super easy combos to break. So if you have anything that's disruptive oriented, like Ghost Ash, Ghost Ogre even more so, Bottomless, Torrential, Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, anything like that, I can sit here for an hour listing all the cards that make it to where Trickstar can't compete, and they literally are only good going first. So yeah. Now then, with that being said though, Trickstar Reincarnation is still an abhorrent card, and I do think that eventually one day it should get put to 1. But for those who don't know, Trickstar Reincarnation, whenever you activate this card, your opponent banishes their entire hand and then draws a new hand equal to the number of cards that they banished. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it, spell summon any Trickstar from your graveyard. Now that's 2 really good effects on 1 card, and just having a monster reborn that you don't even have to wait a turn or anything, and it's a quick effect too because it's a trap. It's such a good card, and I mean, like, just it's so stupid. It's it's your main way of doing burn damage to your opponent. Then we got Disturbance Strategy, which is kind of like Trickstar Reincarnation, but not searchable. So your opponent returns their entire hand back to the deck and then draws cards equal to the number of cards that they returned. And then, yeah, that's it. But like, again, like if you use it in combination of Reincarnation and Lysiris and multiple copies of Lysiris, your opponent's going to be taking a lot of burn damage. Now then, I also play triple Reckless Greed, just be able to dig out 6 cards from my deck. And then finally, to round out the traps, I play double Present Card. So Present Card, if you guys haven't heard of this card, your opponent discards their entire hand and then draws 5. So I might be wondering, okay, well, yeah, that's more burn damage, but why would you do that? Well, here's the thing. Like, let's say I'm going second, okay? And I am going against Pendulum Magicians, okay? So they set up their board to do all their stuff, and then they have 2 cards in hand, okay? So then I go and do my stuff, and then I set my Reincarnation, my Disturbance Strategy, and my Present Card, okay? So if I activate Reincarnation, Disturbance Strategy, and Present Card, here's the thing. If I just were to activate Disturbance Strategy and Reincarnation, they'd only be taking 400 damage. That's not good. That's not that much. I mean, well, actually, no, 600 because they'd be drawing a card for turn, and then I would be, actually, that'd be like 800 per card. But still, after they draw and everything, that'd still only be 800 card, that damage, by just the Reincarnation and Disturbance Strategy. That's not much. So you activate Present Card as the last card in a chain link, it resolves first, and then your opponent discards their hand, draws 5, that's 1,000 damage for each Lysiris, and then that's 1,000 more damage for each Lysiris for Disturbance Strategy and Reincarnation. So it effectively makes it to where I get to do more damage faster rather than just waiting for my opponent to draw more cards or add more cards to their hand and then activating Reincarnation or Disturbance Strategy. So it's a really good card for just being able to get more damage in and being able to make it to where my opponent has more cards in their hand so I can do more damage with the Reincarnation and with the Disturbance Strategy. And then for the extra deck, that's literally not even, it's so not even relevant, I didn't even bother putting together a full extra deck. Okay, so we got 2 Holly Angel, Abyss Dweller, Bujin, Tsukiyomi, a Castell, a Utopia, and a Utopia to Lightning. So yeah, that's the extra deck. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. This deck never goes into its extra deck. Don't even bother. If you wanted to, you could not even bother playing an extra deck and you're good to go. Like, it literally does not matter. It's just for those weird situations where it does come up, because hey, every now and then it will come up that you need a a Castell for getting rid of a Beals, you know. And hey, sometimes Bujin Tsukiyomi can unbrick a hand, but like this deck is so consistent it doesn't need it. So again, the extra deck does not matter. and you don't need to be rushing out to get your Trickstar Sweet Devils. So guys, that's the deck. What do you guys think of Trickstars? What do you, actually I think I already know what half of you are going to say about Trickstars, but what do you guys think of this particular build? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your guys' thoughts and opinions? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and recommendations for the deck and everything, because even though I may not always respond to your comments, I do read them. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And see you all later. Peace out and goodbye.